Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which gets it out to more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. So we are crowned here with the Death card. Now, this is death and rebirth, which is exactly what the death card is. So a lot of people get really scared when the death card comes up. They're like, oh no, it's terrible. It's actually one of the best cards in the whole entire tarot deck. So the death card is really great. It's about transformation. It's also about leveling the playing field, right? And we're going to see ourselves transforming. We're going to be seeing ourselves differently. This is also very strong Scorpio energy. So it's a time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. And if you have Scorpio in your chart, if you have Scorpio in your life, this comes through very powerfully and very positively during this time. So it's a definite great thing to have right here. It's definitely really, it's showing us that during this full moon, which is in Capricorn, it's the strawberry full moon. It is also right after, the day after the solstice. It's right on Cancer energy, right? The day that Cancer starts. We are going to find that we are transforming. And with all that energy coming together, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It moves us then to the Two of Wands reverse. So that means doors are going to be closing, which sounds like a bit of a contradiction when we say here that there's so much good energy coming in and spirits like so excited about the Death card coming forward. With the Two of Wands, doors are closing, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Or it can be, doors close and we're forced to look at things differently or see ourselves differently or reevaluate things. And it's actually just what we need. It moves us then to the King of Wands reverse. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you are born on the cusp with Leo, if you have fire sign energy in your life or in your chart, this part of your personality can have a bit of a temper, or, this person in your life can have a bit of an attitude problem. So just be mindful about this. We can be very quick to react to things instead of stepping back and saying, okay, how do I need to act? Like, what do I need from the situation? How do I need to move me forward? What is my power? And so with the King of Wands here reverse, just be very mindful. We can have a bit of a quick temper. We can have people in our lives who are very reactionary towards things, which are going to just explode against this King of Wands energy in ourselves. And we can find it hard. We can find it hard to have our emotions kind of dialed down right now with this moon, which is very interesting because, fire boils water and we can find ourselves just a little bit on edge. We can also be meeting somebody. Oh my gosh, is this person charming? Like, seriously, charm upon charm upon charm. Everybody will be looking at you like, oh my gosh, how did you meet them? This is so extraordinary. You're so lucky. But there's just going to be something a bit off with this person. Okay, either they're just going to be that kind of Casanova charmer, love them and leave them type of person, or they're going to have a bit of a temper or a bit of a, you know, reaction towards things. They act first, think second, and that's not going to be good for the long haul. So just be aware of that. We then have Temperance reversed. This is Sagittarius energy. Time frame November 22nd to December 21st. Scorpio energy goes straight into Sagittarius energy. And here it's reversed. We're not feeling very imbalanced with ourselves. There's something that is out of balance here. This moon energy can actually be really intense, and we can also be longing for the sun for some reason. With us being born on the cusp with Leo, right? Cancer goes not on the cusp, but Cancer goes into Leo time frame. Leo is ruled by the sun. We have here in this picture the angel. You see the wings right here. We have balancing, juggling the sun and the moon. And so we can feel a little bit out of balance with the day and the night. So do be aware of this during this time. There is a sense of intensity. There is a sense of, I need to balance myself. I need to stabilize things within me and then react to things. Like, calm and center myself and then react. Harmony is going to be so important to us, but also the truth is going to be important to us as well. And temperance represents truth. So here there is some sort of truth that is going to be twisted a little bit, especially it can really happen in work or what we're passionate about. There can be somebody twisting things, or we can just be a little bit confused, like not taking in all the information and it not coming as clearly as we would want it to. So just being aware of that. We then have justice in the upright position. These are the two justice cards here, the literal justice, and then temperance being the truth of justice. It's not so temperance isn't necessarily worried about justice in things, right? Temperance is worried about the truth of things. I want to know the truth. And whether that brings justice or doesn't bring justice, I brought forward the truth. But justice is worried about justice. It's very self-explanatory. This is also Libra energy, a time frame of September 23rd to October 22nd. So now we have Libra energy, go straight into Scorpio energy, go straight into Sagittarius energy. So this is very interesting here. We can be very blessed starting at Libra time frame. We can find that Scorpio time frame is still very blessed towards, or we're working towards this time. And then come the Sagittarius time frame, we can find that we're a little bit like off kilter, just a little bit. We're questioning things, we're looking at things. So it can mean that time frame from November 22nd to December 21st, we're questioning, how do I move forward here? What is going on? It seems so far away, and yet it'll be here soon enough. Justice is about balance. It's about insight. It's about understanding. It's also saying what is just and fair for me, not how can I be just and fair to everyone else. It's like, okay, what is just and fair for me? How am I moving forward in my understanding, in myself? It brings us then to the strength card, Leo energy. That's why Spirit showed us that we're having difficulty with the sun. Leo is ruled by the sun. The strength card represents Leo. So this is very interesting. And we can be just finding it difficult, the spotlight on things. We can be finding it either that something is gobbling up all our attention. It's like, this is a spotlight, this is a spotlight. And we want things to calm down. Or there's a person who just needs a tremendous amount of attention all the time, and we're finding it exhausting. Even if the person's like, why? I'm not doing anything. It's like they just steal attention. And then we have the Chariot energy. I love that we have so many court cards. This is us coming through. This is the essence of us coming forward. In Cancer, we are moving forward in tenacity, in determination, in focus. We are taking the reins and we're saying, this is my life. This is my moon. This is what I want. And it's very interesting because Cancer, our sister sign, okay, is Capricorn. This moon is in Capricorn, and we can be greatly affected positively or negatively by this moon. It just depends. You know how sisters can build you up and be your best friend and also be your worst enemy and know just where to poke you to make you feel sad. So just know that during this time that it can be a time of tremendous highs, and it can be a time where we can feel really down on ourselves or really get into our own head. So just be mindful about this. We can also get hyper fixated on things, like just shining that flashlight, that spotlight onto something, and that becomes all that we can see. So just be aware of that, Cancer. Let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a rose in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random, and it will be announced at random. So hit the bell notification so that you can be notified when that announcement comes up. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. We have here spontaneous. We're really not spontaneous during this time, nor do we want to be. We want things to be kind of planned out. We want things to be balanced. We want things to be harmonized, and that is going to be really important for us. So just know that we're not going to like the spontaneity. It's just not going to be our thing. We can try and make it, and yeah, we can, but just a little bit quieter, a little bit calmer is going to be really important. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Oh, goodness, that was loud. And spirit guides waking us all up right now. Here we have the I am presence reverse. This is like my favorite card in the whole entire chakra, chakra deck. The I am presence is the crown chakra. I am. What am I? I am enough. I am powerful. I am successful. I am, bountiful. Now, with this being reversed, the crown chakra, we're crowning ourselves with doubts, and our chakra can be just a little bit blocked. We can be, really distracted by all the noise from everything and everyone else. And so here, I am, overwhelmed. I am anxious. I am sad. I am struggling. I am fearful. And I say these negative things because when we say the positive things, it's like raise it and praise it. I'm there for it, right? But when we say the negative things, it's like, oh yeah, that's me too. Oh yeah, but I do that sometimes. So just being mindful about this and being aware of this during this time is going to be really, really important. We need to focus on our thoughts and our ability to manifest, even if we don't realize that we're manifesting through our fear. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is moving forward with confidence and towards your success, right? But it's lacking the hesitance. So you might think, why would I want to hesitate? And it's like, well, because you don't know what exactly is before you. So you want to go slow and you want to go steady and you want to know that you've accumulated the knowledge. But here with the Six of Swords, when it's in the be mindful, it's like, I'm just going to charge ahead, consequences be damned. I know what it is that I want and I'm going after it. And that can work. It can. But it can also be a lot more stressful and a lot more intense than it needs to be. It's not saying, spend forever and ever planning, but it is saying, be mindful, look at things from different angles, and, just don't fall into the idea of any movement is better than standing still, because sometimes standing still is the wisest thing you can possibly do. Now, this full moon in Capricorn is a full moon about being honest with ourselves about the personal boundaries that either we're upholding or we're not upholding, that are causing us, pain, or that are bringing us bounty. So just being aware of this. We are transforming during this time. Even though doors are closing, it's not necessarily going to be as negative as it seems in the moment. It can really seem like, oh my gosh, it's not heading in my direction, and tempers can be flaring, but we need to balance ourselves first before we're really able to take the next step, to move things forward the way that we want to look at things in a different way. We can have also a lot of people around us during this time, Cancer, that kind of makes it just a little bit more difficult. Some of them will really get on with. We have a bit of difficulty here with fire sign energy. The only fire sign energy that hasn't shown up is Aries, but we have that covered in the King of Wands because he represents Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius and Leo here. So just be mindful that fire sign energy, not necessarily your thing during this time, but it can also be that our temper can be a little bit hot during this full moon. Okay, we're coming into Cancer season, right? With this full moon, we're on the first day of Cancer season, and sometimes that transition into the season that we are can be very it can be look like it can be intense. We can question things. We can feel like, oh, it's too much, or I'm feeling too much, or there's too much here, because our emotions are coming forward so strongly. And with the fire sign energy coming forward, it is a fantastic way to kind of like counteract all the emotions. It's just to, be reactionary, or to be around people who are reactionary and they don't really want to talk about their feelings or care about their feelings. It's just like, how are we going to act? How are we going to build? How are we going to push things forward? So just being aware of this is going to be super important during this time. We also don't feel very confident in our passion, in our fire, in maybe even our career, not even maybe, but there's the sense of, I don't feel confident in myself. Even if we're doing really, really well, Cancer will be like, I could be doing better. I could be pushing more. I could be this. I could be that. It's yeah, but like coulda, shoulda, wouldas will drown us. So don't do that to yourself. Finding the harmony within you is going to be so important. Looking at the day, looking at the night, and seeing yourself, because there's going to be just a sense of, I really feel like you are gravitating more towards being a night owl, more towards, just wanting the calm and the quiet. Whenever that starts for you, it doesn't have to be in the middle of the night, but whenever that starts for you, excuse me, I'm going to cough. You're going to really crave that quiet time. You're not going to want to be pulled in every direction by people. And so just being aware of that during this time is going to be important. There's also somebody who's demanding spotlight through their actions, through, through their traumas and their dramas, that is, again, overwhelming to you. Be just and be fair to yourself. That is going to be super important. Looking at things and also realizing that you can't make everybody happy. And that is going to be important too. But also in being just and fair with yourself. You're being open and honest with yourself. and you're taking the reins and you're moving you forward. And that is going to be a very important thing with this moon that plants sweetness in our lives. Strawberries are delicious. Harvesting strawberries is so much fun, but it's also it's tedious, it's backbreaking, right? But the reward is something sweet and lovely. And so during this time with a very strong Saturn influence, we can really be looking at things and be getting into the nitty gritty of it and be looking at things and being so practical with ourselves, being so factual with ourselves that we can be getting annoyed because we're taking out the feeling. And Cancer, when we take out the feeling in situations, we take out ourselves. We just like negate us. And that's not what we want to do at all. We want to see the power of the moon. We're ruled by the moon. And that makes perfect sense why we feel more comfortable in the moon and in the full moon and in all phases of the moon than we do in the sun. And this is going to be a time for us where we look at the different and ever changing faces of us. And that's what the death card also represents, that every time we go to sleep and we wake up, we are reborn. We are transformed. We have a way of interacting with the day, which we can be having a really good day. We can be having a cruddy day. We can be having an overwhelmed day. And this is going to be a time where we really start looking at us and saying, all right, I'm embracing the transformations and the many faces of me because that is the essence of who I am, Cancer. And that is the essence of my power. And we take the reins and we see ourselves moving forward in tenacity, in brilliance, in also travel, like cars and traveling and bikes and automobiles and trains. Any form of transportation can be really fun for us during this time and can just be really fun for us in general. Our subconscious spirit message is nature. It's embracing our nature. It's getting out in nature, but it's also saying, this is me, and I am proud of who I am. I hold my head up high for me and with me. It moves us then to our chakra energy, and this is the sacral chakra, and this is creativity. So here with the sacral chakra coming forward, there is a real need to express ourselves, to be creative. This is our sensual energy. This is our creative energy. And it is just intertwining and intertwining creativity into all aspects of ourselves and letting ourselves just be a little bit magical, a little bit, outside of the box during this time. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, and this is the magician. It's not seeing our magic, it's trying to get us to conform, which is kind of becoming a theme that I'm seeing here with this full moon in Capricorn. And that makes sense. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn likes things to be orderly, a place for everything and everything in its place is very much a Capricorn motto. And so here, when we're looking at things and we're thinking, my gift doesn't really, or it doesn't seem like a gift, it doesn't measure up with this other person, so it can't possibly be worth anything. And Spirit is really saying here, hey, stop judging yourself against everybody else and start showing up for you. Start seeing you. And don't take other people's, words for things like, oh, I found out the answer. I know the secret. I understand this. I understand that. Yeah, that's great. Okay. And you might have figured it out for you, but everybody is a bit different. So it is saying, embrace your magic, stand before the altar of your existence. We're scared to. We're questioning ourselves. We've had our confidence shot in one way or another. And here, there is just this essence of embrace your magic and embrace your beauty because it's hard, but it's worth it. And it is going to be difficult for us. And we are more than willing to see everybody else's talents and negate our own. Our subconscious tarot message. Oh, I laugh because it's funny. Is the sun reversed? And what does Spirit say? We're having difficulty with the sun. And now the sun subconsciously comes reversed. Now, the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. I just think this is so funny. And with the sun reversed, it can be that we're having trouble, during the day, under the sun, everybody's demands. But it can also be that things that we thought were going to go super smooth are experiencing more turbulence than we want them to. The sun is happiness and joy, but it's also on pause when it's reversed. It's not that it's not coming, right? It's just not, it's not now. And so there's something that we have planned for around the 21st that isn't necessarily going to go according to plan. But the way that it does go has us looking at things and seeing ourselves in such a way where it's like, oh, that's it. And it might be down the line because remember, the full moon is a culmination of our intentions that we set 6 months ago under the new moon in Capricorn, and the way that we start to see ourselves forward, the way that we start to see ourselves, embracing what we desire and what we want. And we might not be there yet, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be there. It means that it's taking more time. We have, gotten so far, and not to lose faith in ourselves and not to lose sight of our goals. All right. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in. Oh, before we take a nice deep breath in, just remember that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So now take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.